Welcome to The C Show. I'm your host, Chinadu Anoha, and here on The C Show, I just like to talk about the crazy world of WWE, some of the crazy and interesting superstars that make it up, some things I like to see happen in the future, and maybe just an episode on the greatest wrestler of all time, John Cena. Welcome to episode 3 of The C Show. Now, I know that a lot of people are very happy with WWE right now, saying that there's been an increase of quality since 2022. But people are starting to take it a little too far. They're trying to say that this is WWE's hottest period ever, even hotter than the Attitude Era. You even have some of the current day superstars saying that this is the hottest era ever and that they're doing things that the Attitude Era could only dream of. Now, I want everybody to slow their horses down because it's not true. The Attitude Era is still WWE's hottest period, and this new era is not even close to WWE's popularity in the Attitude Era. The first reason why WWE is not in a boom period is because Fox dropped SmackDown. If WWE's in this big boom period, then why is Fox not fighting to keep SmackDown? SmackDown is supposed to be WWE's most viewed show. Then why is Fox not trying to keep SmackDown? Why does SmackDown have to go all the way down to USA Network? Why is USA Network dropping both Raw and NXT? And keep in mind, for Raw, USA Network has basically been Raw's home for almost 30 years. Why are they losing a 30-year-old partnership? Why do they have to go to Netflix? And by the way, people clamor about how Netflix's deal with WWE is for $5 billion for Raw. But actually, it's not just for Raw. It's $5 billion for Raw and WWE shows and PLEs internationally. And another reason why WWE is not in a boom period is because, quite frankly, they haven't made any new megastars. Stars that transcend the business and are popular even outside of wrestling to non-wrestling fans. Gone are the days of people like Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Stone Cold, The Rock, John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Batista, and even Rey Mysterio, for guys who are only known by wrestling fans. Nowadays, the closest megastar they have is Roman Reigns, and even he has ways to go before he's a megastar. And those superstars that I named earlier were big reasons why WWE was going through boom periods. In the golden era, millions of people tuned in to see Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was the man, brother. And after Hulk Hogan left and went to WCW, millions of people tuned in for Stone Cold and The Rock. People wanted to see what mudhole Stone Cold was going to stomp into somebody. They wanted to see The Rock show people what he was cooking. And after those two left, guys like John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar for the first half of it, Batista, and Rey Mysterio, they held it down and they tried to carry WWE through the Ruthless Aggression era. Obviously, they were going to have a decline in popularity with Stone Cold and The Rock, two of WWE's biggest superstars ever, basically leaving, but their presence helped slow WWE's decline in popularity. Nowadays, you look forward to it. Nobody's tuning in for anybody, really. Nobody's a huge draw outside of CM Punk, and even then, he barely gets an increase. He's nowhere near those people I just named. The biggest reason why WWE is not in a boom period is because, plain and simple, WWE's viewership is nowhere near its peak. Let's take a look at our good old friend, WrestleNomics. According to a WrestleNomics chart on total viewership from 1995 to 2000, Raw never saw viewership under 2 million during the Attitude Era. You compare that to now, where Raw at the WrestleMania 40, the biggest WrestleMania ever, only got around 2.3 million viewers. And then that was followed by a 550,000 viewer drop the next week. And even then, Raw's viewership numbers are still decreasing from their previous low years also. Say for instance, in 2023, the average 2023 viewership for Raw was around 1.695 million, compared to their average viewership in 2022, which was 1.735 million. So how can Raw and WWE in general be in a boom period if they're not even increasing from their previous low years? And I already know the main counter argument. Oh, but TV viewership is decreased since then. People don't watch TV as much. Then why are other sports, since people want to treat wrestling like a sport, sports like the NFL, WNBA, women's college basketball, and the NBA having increased numbers despite having to deal with the same problems that the WWE has to deal with in cord cutting? Let's look at the numbers. The NFL saw viewership increase by 7%. The NBA's viewership increased by 16% on ESPN and ABC. WNBA's viewership has increased by 21%. And women's college basketball's NCAA championship game saw an 89% increase on ESPN and ABC. So obviously, there's a increase in market for sports. And if WWE is a sport like people are trying to say it is, then it should see increases too. Now, if you want to say that WWE is going through a ticket sale boom, then yeah, you can say that. If you want to say that WWE is going through a quality boom, then yeah, you can say that. It's your opinion. Go ahead. But you cannot say that WWE is more popular than it's ever been. Because when WWE was really popular, back in the Attitude Era, lowest viewership numbers would still be way higher than WWE's best viewership numbers today. Almost 20 years and over 2 billion humans later. Thanks for listening to The C Show. Before you go, show us some love by leaving a review and stay excited because next week we're going to be talking about some changes I like to see to WWE and maybe some things that they should bring back.